This is Alireza. He was supposed to be the heir to the throne of Magnus Carlsen. He's top 3 in the world with Hikaru and Magnus when it comes to blitz chess, or is he? There's a new man in town, Hans Niemann, and what he just did in Titled Tuesday today, 30th of September, was unreal. The most godlike sacrifice, the queen, everything. What a game this is. What a tournament. The entire chess world blown away. He's playing white and Alireza plays the Caro Khan. This is the opening he used to rise to 2800, the youngest player to ever do so in FIDE Classical. He knows it inside out. Niemann's going toe to toe with it here. It's round 11, final round. They're playing for the win, and already Niemann playing like the GOAT himself, Carlsen, and offering a queen exchange. If Alireza wanted to take and go in for it, he doesn't. He keeps the queens on the board there. Now we see pawn h3, the bishop dropping back, knight c3, e6, wonderful party hat pawn formation, but Niemann's having the biggest party. Watch this game, watch the obliteration here. Now it looks a bit weird to me to bring both bishops out to the 4th rank, then stagger back, and sure enough, these pawns make the bishops look silly. We now get it. It's the advance of the G-man, kicking this guy back. Bishop d2 breaks the pin, the knight developing, but thrusting through the centre is Niemann, kicking it unceremoniously back, and now this is one of the reasons why he's such an exciting player. Does he go pawn d4, or bishop g2 and then castles? No. He ploughs down the board with the h-pawn, and Alireza goes miserably wrong already. He should play h5. Now yes, you give the g5 square, but it just had to be done. h6 however was selected. You know, you don't want the bishop to get trapped, so this gives some room. This is the game continuation, but now g5 is coming and you're using this pawn as a hook. The storm brewing. Now it's a great move already, but actually Niemann holds off. Plays bishop h3. We get pawn c5. And now if you wanted to know why he's one of the most exciting, aggressive, attacking players in the world right now, this is a key moment. Does he do this? No. He plays the unbelievable pawn to b4. Where on earth did that come from? Alireza gobbles up the pawn. Thank you very much. Now the top engine move is pawn recaptures, but it is not Niemann's idea. He plays knight b5. Look at the reaction of the bar. Black is standing, coming on a half a pawn better, but good luck finding your way through this. You're headed for the check here. Surely you have to deal with that. There's no way anyone finds the top move here, right? Which is pawn b3. I mean, that is nuts. Allowing the check, then just calmly stepping up, and then saying, fine, take here if you want. No worries, because I take here. And then what are you doing? Queen c8 and stuff. And if you take with the queen, well, there's queen b6. I mean, the lines are bonkers. Who finds b3? That's not the game. In the game, we instead get bishop c7 to cover the square. Natural, but Niemann now stands much better. The gambit has worked. He goes pawn g5 to rip open the position. And you can't really be taking, or bishop takes. And where's your queen going? To c8 is the answer. Very miserable. If f6, it's horrible. You take and you're crashing through here. So no takes. We instead saw knight c6, but now pawn g6. And you know something's gone wrong in the opening when you've taken the elevator up and then had to take the staircase all the way back down. Absolutely unsightly. Don't let this happen to you, by the way. Use Lotus Chess to practice your openings. The link is in the description. I've been banging on about it for months now. It's an incredible opening app. gamifies the entire experience, connects with your Lichess, your chess.com. The crushing lines are insane, pitched for your level of chess. It really is good and completely free to get started. Check it out below. The game proceeds here with Niemann capturing the pawn, and I believe that's material restored. But look at the state of the black position already. We now see knight takes on e5. So yes, you're fighting back in the center. This is the game continuation, but you're also opening lines. Now strongest here is straight castles to bring this rook to the e-file fast. But Niemann plays pawn c3. Now it gets the double question marks, a little bit harsh, but because it sheds quite a lot of advantage. Stumbled over that one because it sheds lots of advantage. But the idea is not just holding this pawn, but in some lines after takes, queen takes, there was queen e5 check and picking up the rook in the corner. You know, say you'd pushed with b5 prematurely. So this is another fight back of that move. Now this is how the game goes. f6 played, not the favourite of Hans's distant cousin, Lord Hans Feingold himself. There he is, always a happy chappy. Now we see pawn b5, and what an ugly position for Alireza. d4, just look at the domination of the white pieces, and it just gets better. Because Alireza goes for the big black centre. Yes, it's risky, but he's got to develop some play there with the foot soldiers, and after castles, e4, this is where the moment of magic comes. The all-powerful engine wants to trade the queens, open the f-file for the rook. But not Niemann's style. He pins and wins, baby. So you can't take the queen. There's a problem here. So bishop e6 intercepts this one. And now the queen is hanging. You have to move your queen, right? Surely. Queen g2 or something, right? Stay with the bishop. But no. This is the moment that Niemann uncorks the absolutely divine bishop takes on e6.
It's an absolute banger. It's a game changer.
Offering the queen, because if you dare to take it, the bishops and the rooks and the pawns cut the king to shreds. Watch this. Sidestepping, and now how about this for a silent killer? And if you just pause and analyse here, there's just no fight back. The rooks are trapped. This one even more worse than this one. This is the top move, if you can believe it, to try and cover here. And best isn't even takes. I'm just going to show you a sample line of how the computer executes the kill. Look at that. I mean, it's like something out of an Alpha Zero game right now. The pawn now taking. Here's how the game could go. Don't let the queen in. That pawn drops fine. But this one... And after g6, look at this, a clearance move, the bishop's coming to the long diagonal, here's a couple more moves, and what to do? The engine just gives the queen at this point, but this is how I did some clicking around. Eventually, you force through some kind of checkmate like this. I'll show you the prettiest one I found. Here's a possible final position. So, no takes of the queen. The lines there are incredible. This was played, but now queen f5. And the threats on the light squares are just terminal. So queen d7 was played to hold the knight. You know, you'd have loved to have castled queenside, but not in time. Equally, you do have to contend with this. But Alireza doesn't even care. He has to go for play. Niemann goes bishop e3. Technically, you can fight back with knight g5 now, but far from obvious move. This was played. Now the queen saves itself. Rook d8. Yes, shedding the pawn, but going for central play, it was actually the best move. Now Alireza rook lifts here, and after this one doubles on the file, king f8, there's a second problem for Alireza. It's not just the position, it's the clock. He's over a minute down. You could take on b7. Distract the queen, take the knight. It's an incredible position for white. But this is how Niemann proceeded. c4's awesome to break down the structure, but missed. We get takes. Sure, it's not the most precise, but good luck holding this with the black pieces. No time on the clock. Rook f8 now had to be tried to cover the back rank here, and also then open up queen perpetual check ideas. That's one of the key points there, but not played. This was. Now when you go rook a8, there's no ideas of queen heading into here, really very little counterplay unless you find e3, trying to loosen the bishop, but still white's ahead there, and so much time on the clock. This is how the game went though, and now it's just a mop-up job for a player of Hans Niemann's caliber, especially when Alireza's got no time on the clock. This is how things played out here. The entire position collapsing around him, and after the pawn pushed on to b7, we saw resigns from Alireza with less than 5 seconds on the clock. Hans Niemann absolutely obliterated the tournament, 10 out of 11, also destroyed Nepo. Magnus wasn't playing, congrats to him. Him and Ella had a baby boy goat about 3 days ago apparently, so no action from him, but still a very strong tournament. I'll bring you more games in the days to come. Hikaru was in there too. Do check out Lotus Chess in the description and have a look at the video on screen if you want to see another Hans Niemann classic. Thanks a lot for watching and see you soon. Cheers.